The character of the Happy Warrior by William Wordsworth was composed in 1806. It was perhaps in tribute to Lord Nelson, the hero of the Napoleonic Wars, at least from a British perspective, who had died in 1805. The poem was published in 1807. It should come as no surprise to note that many commentators have referred to this poem for the very reason that I do, to lay bare what a 200-year-old romanticist could disentangle from the horrors of war in an attempt to exemplify the soul of a person to whom all men in arms should aspire. Yet beyond merely men, or indeed people, in arms, we should include all those involved in the work of service, public service. Service not to themselves or their shareholders, but to the people. Service to the citizenry, the labourers, and therefore the dependents of governments and governmental bodies around the world. Service includes military, diplomatic, and law enforcement departments and agencies, all working for the people, all working with the permission of the people, all working knowing that the people remain vigilant and aware, knowing that there is an army of media enterprises that will hold them to account. If only society had maintained this level of seriousness and self-respect. Somehow, politics has separated the rulers from the ruled, incisively. That deep incision has almost separated head from body. It is a breach which will become complete if we allow it. But more on that in another podcast. Into that breach that has been created have entered business leaders, companies, lobbyists, other nations' lobbyists, yep, they deserve a category all to themselves, corrupt officials, and self-interest above all. Politicians have become like the senators of Rome, a form of privileged nobility, patriarchs or optimates. We shall not forget the devilry of the populares among us either, who speak in the name of the people, yet serve the interests of the establishment order. Yet I digress, though not without purpose. The people listed above are those not described by Wordsworth. Wordsworth's Happy Warrior is akin to Shakespeare's honourable man in Julius Caesar, lest we forget the Ides of March. As Wordsworth writes in this poem, who, if he rise to station of command, rises by open means? How many of our recent leaders have risen by open means? They make commitments they do not intend to fulfill. They succour at the teat of the people while being bankrolled by agents whose money buys more loyalty than votes. How can our votes mean so little when they alone put people in seats? And when we dare ask them to respect our values, they prevaricate, offer some flimsy justification, and leave us to the wolves in blue. Then they dare to tell us how they have made our lives better? A bit like Keir Starmer's pathetic speech in front of Downing Street not long ago. They tell us how they have served our communities, how they have helped us, as though the people are beggars outside the Royal Mint, hoping for a coin to roll into our palms. How easily we allow ourselves to be ridiculed when we could so simply decide to unite and demand what our system should be set up to provide us with. In a word, representation. To complete this thought from Wordsworth, who continues, and there will stand on honourable terms, or else retire. When was the last time a leader stood in command on honourable terms? When did one choose to retire because they recognized the disservice they had done to the people? We no longer know what it takes to be a good leader because so few have come to stand before us. Yet our histories tell us what we should look to in a leader. Our stories have told us. Our poets have told us. In this poem, William Wordsworth tells us, without mincing words, exactly what makes a warrior. A person willing to fight for the people, and not only in battles or in arms, but with words and with responsibility. Let Wordsworth remind us what kind of leaders we need. And more importantly, let us actively demand it from anyone who thinks they deserve to step up for us in service. Let us not forget that these people need to earn the right to represent us. They are not preordained. They are not chosen people. They are not special. They are not superior. Our votes give them temporary power. Our votes give them the responsibility to make decisions that benefit us. Our vote gives them the duty to put us at the forefront of everything they do. We elect people not to don the capes of privilege to mingle with luminaries, but the rugged coat of a labourer in service to the people. This is TwoandaMic. Rise up and be curious.
Dung weche pek kod welo mabiro e TwoandaMic. Dung parodit kod jok mawuoye TwoandaMic. Seche tin sud buta wawinji e TwoandaMic. Anyuola wachokre, wabed piny, bi wawinje, ero chako, dung omit ndi, podcast makende.
Character of the Happy Warrior by William Wordsworth. Who is the happy warrior? Who is he that every man in arms should wish to be? It is the generous spirit who, when brought among the tasks of real life, hath wrought upon the plan that pleased his boyish thought, whose high endeavours are an inward light that makes the path before him always bright, who, with a natural instinct to discern what knowledge can perform, is diligent to learn, abides by this resolve, and stops not there, but makes his moral being his prime care. Who, doomed to go in company with pain and fear and bloodshed, miserable train, turns his necessity to glorious gain. In face of these doth exercise a power which is our human nature's highest dower, controls them and subdues, transmutes, bereaves of their bad influence, and their good receives. By objects which might force the soul to abate, her feeling rendered more compassionate, is placable, because occasions rise so often that demand such sacrifice. More skilful in self-knowledge, even more pure, as tempted more able to endure, as more exposed to suffering and distress, thence also more alive to tenderness. 'Tis he whose law is reason who depends upon that law as on the best of friends, whence in a state where men are tempted still to evil for a guard against worse ill, and what in quality or act is best doth seldom on a right foundation rest. He labours good on good to fix, and owes to virtue every triumph that he knows. Who, if he rise to station of command, rises by open means, and there will stand on honourable terms, or else retire, and in himself possess his own desire, who comprehends his trust, and to the same keeps faithful with a singleness of aim, and therefore does not stoop, nor lie in wait, for wealth or honours, or for worldly state, whom they must follow, on whose head must fall like showers of manna if they come at all, whose powers shed round him in the common strife or mild concerns of ordinary life, a constant influence, a peculiar grace, but who, if he be called upon to face some awful moment to which heaven has joined great issues, good or bad, for humankind, is happy as a lover, and attired with sudden brightness like a man inspired, and through the heat of conflict keeps the law in calmness made, and sees what he foresaw. Or if an unexpected cause succeed, come when it will, is equal to the need. He who, though thus endued as with a sense and faculty for storm and turbulence, is yet a soul whose master bias leans to home-felt pleasures and to gentle scenes. Sweet images, which wheresoe'er he be, are at his heart in such fidelity. It is his darling passion to approve, more brave for this than he hath much to love. 'Tis finally the man who, lifted high, conspicuous object in a nation's eye, or left unthought of in obscurity, who with a toward or untoward lot, prosperous or adverse to his wish or not, plays in the many games of life that one where what he most doth value must be won, whom neither shape or danger can dismay, nor thought of tender happiness betray, who not content that former worth stand fast, looks forward persevering to the last, from well to better, daily self-surpassed, who, where the praise of him must walk the earth for ever, and to noble deeds give birth, or he must fall to sleep without his fame, and leave a dead unprofitable name, finds comfort in himself and in his cause, and while the mortal mist is gathering, draws his breath in confidence of heaven's applause. This is the happy warrior. This is he that every man in arms should wish to be. Two, and a mic. Two, and a mic.